we take a week or two off, and so does our government in the threat of a shutdown. Shutdown. Welcome from the information superhighway, bringing it to you live from ProfitDig Studios in downtown Nixon, Tennessee. Check us out at ProfitDig.com. We have what we believe is the best job costing and bidding solution on the market. Jeff.
Hey, man.
Jeff.
What's up, Chris?
I got the Jeffs.
Yeah.
I got the Jeffs here with me tonight. Yeah, it's been a minute. We've been on a little break. Just had to take some time off. And, we take a week or two off, and so does our government in the threat of a shutdown. So we were just kind of chewing our lips about that earlier and thought,
Yeah.
get everybody's feedback. What is this going to do to the industry? Does it have an impact? What's going on, man?
Yeah, are we close enough to the waves, or are we far enough below that maybe there won't be an impact?
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess duration of the shutdown might have an impact of it too, right?
Well, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how it can not affect, pretty much nationwide, every industry. It's got to affect it somehow, some way. To me, I can really see it, like we've got a lot of building and stuff going on here in our area, but I can really see it affecting, like transport, like getting materials.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it be, one of the major issues. Your workers and stuff may be available, but if they can't get the materials they need to work with, that's an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that, and then in addition to the rising interest rates, which I guess hasn't necessarily impacted things that much so far, in terms of borrowing and lending for future projects. But
Well, you go back, what was it, in the 80s, when our interest rates got like, around 20%, I believe it was.
oh yeah, for a mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're higher than what we're accustomed to, but we're nowhere near as high as they have been in the past. But, they're gonna level out and come back down here in the near future. When I say near future, I think in the next year, I think they'll level back down. Do I think we'll see, 3% interest again? No, I do not. I think it's gonna level out somewhere in the fours, mid to upper fours, but I don't think we'll ever get below 4 again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hell, it wasn't that long ago. People were running out to grab the fours.
Yeah, right.
I think everybody would be ecstatic to get back.
Well, I remember when my parents bought their house in the mid '90s. They built a house and they had it's like an 8% interest rate, and that was considered like pretty good, really good at the time.
Yeah.
But when I built my first house, it was 3.25. And I was like, whew, man. And just going up 1% feels like a large jump. So I can only imagine what 20%. If you just be paying that thing off for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it doesn't matter. It's funny. The interest rate could be 0.5%, but as you're looking at it over a 20 to 30 year note, and you're looking at that good faith estimate, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
You're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, are seeing how times are right now, and they're seeing it. Economy's still good for what we're going through. Still, like I said, it's still a lot of building going on, and I think a lot of people are willing to ride it out, and pay some higher interest for a year and a half, and probably going to turn around and refinance.
Well, that's the idea.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's one of the benefits of being in the construction business is that, construction is going to continue one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like there may be some slowdowns, but especially with, the retiring workforce, there's a lot of good opportunities for like you as someone looking for a job. If you're young,
Absolutely.
Get in there and get your skills up because you're in it for the long term. Like building houses isn't going to be AI anytime soon.
Not yet. No.
We was talking about the
Shutdown.
possible shutdown.
Possible shutdown. We'll call it the quarterly shutdown.
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel like it happens about every 3 months these days?
Golly,
But if it does happen, another aspect where it could really affect construction would be your municipal workers. They're paid for by government funded, government funds.
Yeah.
So if their check gets cut and it gets stopped, they're not going to be available. I'm sure they'll keep the necessities going. They like to keep everybody in good water and stuff like that. power and so on and so forth. But when you're building, you got to have inspections. Your inspections are paid for through the, or provided through the city and, or the municipalities, surrounding that area. So if you don't have any inspectors because they've been sent home because they can't get a check, then you can't further on.
So they're paid at the federal level, the municipalities? Because I would have thought that would have been state or
I think
county.
Well, they
County, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, I think some of them, are kind of like intermingled with both federal and
Maybe they
state
get
and
some of
local.
their funding from federal funding.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I know, like when we bid like a utility job, a lot of times it's got federal money in that utility job.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm kind of the opinion that if the government shuts down, like,
Things will improve.
yeah, kind of where I'm sitting right now.
Like, man, like if we're not passing any more bills,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, things might just get better. I don't know. Yeah. Well, so I guess bottom line is at least at this point, you're not necessarily worried about
No, not right
an
now.
impact on the construction industry from a shutdown.
Just more on a personal level,
More personal.
a little frustrated with our government, but not from a business viewpoint.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know what else to add to that other than,
Government sucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
pretty well do. So
Yeah.
I was going to say, grab some popcorn and sit back for the show, but it's not much of a show. It's, oh, God. I'm trying to think of comparison here. I mean, I'm not even going to go there. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you joining us for this conversation, and we'll be back soon. Check us out at ProfitDig.com. I think it's the world's leading job bidding and costing application.
You're not the only one.
Think. All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah. It's only $99 a month. Subscribe to the channel. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you want to talk about, and we'll see what we can do about it. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Vote for Spencer and Work 2024.
2024, baby.